I'm from like eastern part of Kazakhstan. It's close to China and close to Russia. I'm from a very simple family. My parents used to work as entrepreneurs. They had their own shops in bazaar.
Did you ever encounter or face any disturbing or an unpleasant experience?
When I do vlogging and I feel inconvenience in myself, it makes me worried and I cannot share my emotions with my audience. All of my life I was sick to explore. My husband is Christian, Orthodox, and I'm Muslim.
We do have this conception.
When you do vlogging, it's not logic, it's creation.
People like you bring their perspectives for the global world to consume. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome. This is Marriam Kaiwan with a new episode of Not Every Woman. अच्छा, आज तक हमारे साथ मुख्तलिफ फील्ड से डिफरेंट गेस्ट्स आई हैं जिन्होंने अपना नया पर्सपेक्टिव आप लोगों के साथ शेयर किया है. दे बिलोंग टू डिफरेंट वॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ. हमारे साथ डॉक्टर्स रही हैं, हमारे साथ फीमेल ब्यूरोक्रेट्स रहे हैं, वी हैव हैड पॉलिटिकल फिगर्स, कुछ इंटरनेट सेंसेशन, सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर्स रहे हैं, ड्रामा, एक्टिंग, आर्ट से रिलेटेड काफ़ी गेस्ट्स आए हैं, वी हैव हैड लॉयर्स एंड व्हाट नॉट. बट टुडे इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस क्योंकि आज जो सबसे पहले जो नया एलिमेंट है वो ये है कि शी इज़ नॉट अ पाकिस्तानी. I have a guest all the way from Kazakhstan. She is a travel vlogger. और जहाँ हम बात करते हैं स्पेशली टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट और जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन ने किया है कि जो आपकी बाउंड्रीज थी, जो आपके डिफरेंसेस थे, जो आपके डिस्टेंसेस थे, वो काफ़ी कम होके रह गए. और ट्रैवल ब्लॉगर्स एक बड़ा अहम किरदार मैं कहूँगी अदा करते हैं कि डिफरेंट एरियाज़ में जाके वहाँ का कल्चर, वहाँ का फूड, वहाँ की स्टोरी, वहाँ का लैंडस्केप, then they use the technological advancement वाली जो हमारे tools हैं, जो gadgets हैं, to put it out there for the global world to see कि अच्छा भाई वहाँ का क्या सीन है. So आपको लगता है बगैर किसी जगह गए हुए भी आपने उस जगह का सफ़र कर लिया है, आपने उस जगह की खूबसूरती को देख लिया है. I have the very amazing Balnur with me. She's from Kazakhstan. She's a travel vlogger. She has traveled only 15 countries in the last year only. और इसके अलावा जो बाकी एक्सपीरियंस है वो उन्हीं से जानेंगे. Let's say welcome to her. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम. Thank you so much for welcoming.
How are you?
मैं खुश हूँ.
भी खुश हूँ.
I'm good.
हम भी बहुत खुश हो गए आपको आज स्टूडियो में देख के बालनूर. Okay, so you have traveled the entire world, I would say. A lot of countries.
Almost.
We will talk about that experience. But let's just start with your personal story, Balnur. Your background, your childhood, what sort of a family did you have, how supportive were they? Let's go through that journey first.
Thank you so much. Yes, you mentioned my name is Balnur and I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm from like eastern part of Kazakhstan. It's close to China and close to Russia. I'm from a very simple family. My parents used to work as entrepreneurs. They had their own shops in bazaar. And all of my childhood, during like summer holidays, I was helping them to do some, to work as seller.
Okay.
And moreover, I've done my like whole school at my hometown. I graduated my school over there. I did my bachelor's. And from my background, I was very interested in sciences, so that I've never had the idea that I can become blogger or like anchor somewhere, because vlogging is also the same like anchor. And I love to discover some scientific researches like chemistry, physics, mathematics.
Really? That's nice. Okay.
And I wasn't good even in languages, so I even couldn't say like proper sentence in English or in Russian language. Russian is also a foreign language for me. I was speaking just in my mother language, Kazakh, and I was doing some researches at my school of chemistry, and all of my teachers, they expected from me that I will become scientist one day.
Okay, so you were a bright student.
Yes, I was bright student, so I completed my high school for the excellent grade, and I applied to my bachelor's, and I did my bachelor's in organic chemistry. I did it 4 years.
Okay.
So, and I also completed my bachelor's in my hometown. So while I was having my good grades at school, I wanted to apply to bigger city. So my hometown is like small town, and there was not much opportunities for students. But my parents didn't allow me to go outside of city. They were worried about me because I was still young. So then I said, okay, if they think that it might be a thing that to worry, maybe they do a good thing for me, so I have to stay in my hometown. So while I was doing my bachelor's, I kindly improved my English language. I started to speak little fluently, and I had the chance to study abroad. It was just like exchange program.
Okay.
I did one semester in Poland.
Okay.
Yes, in chemical engineering. I also got good grades from there. So many teachers, professors from Poland, they were inviting me to do my master's in their university. Yeah, I got many invitations to do my master's and to do my scientific research in chemistry. But one thing was that that university who was inviting me, they didn't have a scholarship for foreign students.
Okay.
So they invited me in case that my parents can pay for my study. In terms of my family conditions, I got that my family is not such enough to pay. That's kind of like payment for my schooler. And I said, okay, there is no problem. I feel like I have more potential. I'll do it myself one day.
Inshallah,
yeah. Yeah, inshallah. So then I did my IELTS. I took IELTS exam and I got 6.0. Oh. It is not very good, but yeah, I tried my best. Then I applied to master's in Kazakhstan. And I did my master's already in big city of Almaty. It's called Almaty. It's also a touristic city. Many people travel to that city. So after completion of my master's, I was already applying to my PhD. So all of my life, I was sick to explore science. And I had my good research in chemistry. But after meeting my husband, whose name is Denis, and he's also from Kazakhstan, but originally he's Russian.
Right.
And he arrived from China that time. It was COVID. Before arrival from China, he lived in China 5 years. He was a TV actor of Chinese movies, and he worked as illusionist. It's like magic tricks, a magician.
Okay.
So after meeting him, he said that I have potential to become vlogger. And I said, oh no, I'm not. I cannot be vlogger. I'm scientist. How you can change me to become scientist?
Yeah.
To become like vlogger.
A completely different walk of life. Because science is all about science, and this is like art, culture, traveling, music.
Yeah. Yes, you are right. So, and I always wanted, in any case, what we do, there should be logics. But when you do vlogging, it's not logic. It's creation, something new. You have to create yourself. And after getting married, I realized that he is a supporter. He can support me. If I will have some issues in doing vlogs, or if I will not feel myself confident, he can make me confident. He will say, oh, Balnur, you can do, no worries, like this. So we start my first YouTube channel in Kazakhstan. When I graduated my master's, we upload the video from Kazakhstan about the condition of Kazakhstan. It was the time when Russian-Ukrainian war started, and that thing affected to Kazakhstan. The main important video was about how Russian-Ukrainian war affected to Kazakhstan. And I believe that video made me more confident that I could share about my country, how is the conditions, like economical, political, and that video got a lot of views, and I've got also many supports from my viewers. They said, oh, Balnur, you can do the best, so you can continue doing vlogs.
And you can also talk about the serious issues, as you just mentioned, that you highlighted the problem. And I would say Kazakhstan, because of its geostrategic position, we do share some similarities. Like Pakistan is going through some troubles because of the position.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's a global influence on whatever happens. So I think quite rightly, you use your platform to raise your voice on an important issue. So when you generally think about vlogging or blogging, you just think about the fun part. Oh my God, it's going to be fun and yay, energy and everything. But no, it can also be for serious issues. And if you have an educational background, if you have a mind where, as you rightly said, it's all about logic and the rationale behind that. As you've studied that, you've done your master's in that. So I think it's really important that people like you bring their perspectives for the global world to consume.
Yes, you are right.
And then how did it go once you decided and that video did well? So it was
Yeah.
the motivation that, we should continue doing
Yes,
this?
yeah, it was my motivation. And when we usually do vloggings, I don't like to make fan vloggings.
Okay.
I don't like to entertain people. I like to give educational like vloggings so that people can learn, can see. So first we started this type of vloggings in Kazakhstan. Then after getting married, we moved from Kazakhstan to other countries. And we already shared the local cultures of different countries, their language, and everything which is related to the traveling content.
Right. And you said that you're from Kazakhstan and your husband's from Russia.
He was born in Kazakhstan, but his
He's
parents
original-
came from Russia.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And your parents were okay with that fact, or was there any resistance? Yeah, it was okay.
Well, his parents, they were okay because Russian people are usually easygoing. But as my parents, they are more traditional. And among my family, among my relatives, there was no international marriage, no another religion because my husband is Christian, Orthodox, and I'm Muslim.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to ask
Yes.
because, we do have this conception and perception even in our country. We know that this is how it works and people are not,
Yeah.
you get to face some resistance. So I wanted to know what's the scene in your area.
Well, yeah, we had some resistance. I mean, not so much. Like my parents, they are understanding people. But some of my relatives, they were continuously talking to me that my husband should become Muslim. He has to speak Kazakh, my language, and that it wasn't a good idea that I'm getting married to a Russian man, and many, many things. But I think it's not their business because I decided myself. And when I decided, I already took into consideration our future, what we are going to do in the future together. I saw in him a lot of potential because he can speak English, Chinese, he lived abroad, he's open-minded, he explored many countries. So I thought that he's a good partner to me. And I could explain everything. And we together went to my parents and he introduced himself. So eventually my parents, they liked him. So yeah, it's very common in Kazakhstan. Many people are traditional in Kazakhstan.
Yes.
It's same to Pakistan.
But as you say, where there's a will, there's a way. Took some
Yes.
initial convincing, but then they liked him, and that's how everything else is past now. And it's so good to see him. He's even present in the studio with us, and how they both were bonding even before we recorded the podcast. It was so nice to see them. And that's the whole point of, we always say that for a woman to be empowered, there's always a man behind her.
Yes.
As we say that for a man to be empowered, there's always a woman behind him. So that's how you work, and that's how partnerships should be. Okay, so Balnur, now coming back to, you got married and then you moved out. Which was the first country that you went to?
So we went from Kazakhstan, from my husband's hometown Pavlodar. We took bus to Russia.
Okay.
So we went to the central part of Russia, and all around from central part to western part, we were traveling by train, by bus. So even many Russian people, they were saying that even themselves, they haven't seen such places like we have explored in their country. So we've been to many cities in Russia, like as you know, Moscow is very famous, St. Petersburg, Vladikavkaz, Novosibirsk. I can say more, a lot of cities.
Yeah.
So then from Russia, we went to Georgia. Also, we took a taxi from Russia. It's very like bordering countries. So when we travel, people think that it's expensive to travel. But in our case, we travel economical. So we try to find some cheaper versions to travel, like train, bus, which are also safe. It's not just like some random vehicles.
And there's a proper planning that goes
Yes,
behind
proper
that. You
planning.
prepare your itineraries, and then you do some cost evaluations. You
Yes, sure.
evaluate different options, and then you select one. So there's a proper, I would say, homework that goes behind
Yes.
that before traveling. And you seem like a person who's good at it, right?
My husband
Okay,
does all the plannings. I just follow him and I do vlogging.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
That's an interesting take, right? Okay, so that was the first place that you traveled, and you explored a lot of
Countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
then what motivated you to come to Pakistan? I believe this is your first visit to Pakistan?
Yeah, this is our first visit. We are already 2 months.
2 months,
And
okay.
the thing that motivated us, not thing, it's who motivated, is our friend from Kazakhstan. His name is Intizar.
And he's...
Intizar.
Okay.
Yes, and we met him by accident in my husband's hometown. We were doing vlog there, like interviewing local people. So I've seen we've seen foreigner, and we just come across to him and started to talk, and we found out that he speaks Russian and Kazakh.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
our
So
languages.
both
Yeah, he was very unique person.
Yeah.
And I said, like, can I take interview with him, so that he's very interesting. He speaks my language. It's not very common for foreigners to speak Kazakh language. Usually people when travel to Kazakhstan, they learn Russian. Because Russian is like common
More
language for
yes.
CIS countries, but he was very unique because he speaks my language. So when we were doing interview, he was talking about a lot of Pakistan, that we can explore Pakistan. There are many beautiful places. People are kind, and he was the first example of kindness of Pakistani people. And so after his motivation, we just did our visa. It is also online, very easy doing for Kazakhstani citizens.
Okay.
And it costs very affordable. So flight we took with layover from Kazakhstan to Abu Dhabi and from Abu Dhabi to Pakistan.
Okay.
But nowadays there is direct flights. It's very easy for everyone, for Pakistanis to travel to Kazakhstan and for Kazakhstanis to travel to Pakistan.
Okay. So
Yes.
that's convenient now.
Very
There
convenient.
are direct flights, right. Okay, so we are going to talk about nice experiences and interesting experiences. Pakistan is known for its hospitality and of course that. But before that, I would like to know, did you ever encounter or face any, I would say, disturbing or an unpleasant experience in any of the countries that you've traveled? Any incident that you'd like to share with us? Or
Not much, no. I believe
any uncomfortable situation? Because, the entire point, it just sounds slightly scary, being in new domains, meeting new people, different climatic conditions, and, different food.
Okay. This part, if to say about food, like climate, yeah, definitely I felt inconvenience, but it lasts only for 2-3 days.
Okay.
It's like adaptation day. During that time, I asked my husband that we shouldn't do vlogging, because when I do vlogging and I feel inconvenience in myself, it makes me worried, and I cannot share my emotions with my audience. So it takes time to be adapted to a new culture.
Okay.
But usually there is no such big issues when we travel. Like my parents, they say that if you are good to people, you will witness only in good environment. So we also try to be good to everyone. So when we travel, it comes back to us. So we're not faced with any bad issues.
Right.
Well, Pakistan for Kazakhstanis is not like tourist destination. When we said to our parents that we're going to Pakistan, they were very worried. They said that Pakistan is dangerous, and some of my relatives, they were talking that they took part in Afghani war. Russian-Afghani war, and Pakistani people also took part in that war, so that they were very harsh people.
Before the 1991.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said that it is not good idea for us to travel there. It's not safe. They were keep saying, but I don't know. We had very positive mind about Pakistan. We thought that like bad people might be and good people might be. So eventually we traveled here. In Pakistan, we didn't have a lot of issues, but sometimes we have some scamming issues, but not in Pakistan. It was in another countries. People see that we are foreigners, first of all, and in countries which are touristic destinations, they want to get a lot of money from tourists, from foreigners,
and they
start
find it
to
as an
scam.
opportunity. Yes.
Yeah, they find opportunity, especially from my husband, because he looks more European. I look like more Asian, and they look at me, oh, she doesn't have a lot of money. Yeah.
So we will have this perception, sadly.
Yeah. So I guess when my husband, he was doing one of his blogs, he witnessed some scammings in Pakistan, but myself, I didn't witness. And it happened many times in Southeast Asian countries, scamming things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get to face problems like that, and
Yeah.
it becomes an issue.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so there's good people and there are bad people,
Yeah,
and
you
then
are
there are
right.
people who just try to find an opportunity in whatever comes their way, and it's unfortunate. But the good thing now, especially in Pakistan, we're working on our tourism because we actually want the foreigners to come, see, explore, and of course, the economic factor it also has a role to play. But then again, it's so nice to see people like you coming, and even if you get to face any unfortunate incident, you're not highlighting it like
Yeah, we
that,
don't
because
highlight.
even in your blogs and your vlogs and your content, there's a positive side,
Yes.
and I would say the soft image portrayal. So for that, I would say thank you, because
Thank you.
that is, I would say, need of an art. There are differences everywhere. There are negativities. There's so much going around in the world, but if you can find the positive in even the worst of the situations, that approach is going to take you to places. So this is the unfortunate incident that you think that you witnessed, and
Yes.
any nice or positive impression that just left a mark.
In many countries or about
Yeah,
Pakistan?
in Pakistan, and then we can also talk about different countries. So what's the best thing about the people of Pakistan?
Okay. I've got most experience and good memory mostly about from Pakistani people.
Right.
Well, before coming to Pakistan, yeah, I didn't expect that Pakistani people might be really extremely hospitable. So after arrival, we just in one day made almost 5 friends, 5 good friends, and they have been inviting us to their breakfast, lunch, dinner, introducing to their family, and even currently we are living with our Pakistani friend.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, his name is Hasib, and his mom is Shabina. They are from Peshawar. So, yeah, Shabina Baji, she's very mehman namaz, hospitable.
Okay.
I guess she has got Peshawari style of hospitality. So, yeah, we are living already in their house more than a month. So we
Nice.
are just like family member. They are taking care of people, very kind, lovely people. Moreover, apart from them, we are meeting also other people who are inviting to Lahore, to Sargodha. We lived in Sargodha also a couple of days in different families. And in Hunza, Skardu, we also lived with good family. So when we traveled to Hunza, we also went to the owners of the resort. They were inviting us to stay in their
That's
resort.
nice. Yeah.
They helped us to explore Hunza. I believe exploring northern Pakistan for two of us and to do good vlogging cost very expensive. Like if to take into consideration all of our travel content that we did over there, it might cost us like 500,000 rupees. But thanks to our friends who took us, showed us around, who feed us with food, I
So a
guess,
lot of
yeah.
cost gets covered like
Yeah,
that.
many
Yeah, okay.
costs get covered, and we are lucky enough to meet such kind of people. I believe not every traveler they can make such friends.
That's friends, yeah.
So
But then I would say it also depends on the person. So if you're a
yes,
nice person, if you're a welcoming person, you're going to attract such people towards you as well, Balnur.
yeah,
Okay, now let's just talk about another important thing. Uh, vlogging is not an easy thing. As you've already mentioned, of course, it takes a lot of cost, and you need to be aware of the technology. You need to know how to handle the gadget and everything, and the entire tension, I would say. So either you're in the moment and just living the moment or enjoying the moment, or you're worried that no, I also have to capture this. And for
Okay.
capturing it, you need to take the perfect angle. The light needs to be okay, the background and everything. So there's an entire science. So can you enjoy and capture? Can they both go simultaneously?
Okay, this is a very unique question.
Because for me personally, if I'm in the moment, I totally forget about everything.
So you
I
enjoy?
I enjoy, and I can't even take a look at my phone. But if I know that this is nice, I should capture it. It's like I am losing out on the essence of the moment. So
You
yeah.
are right. Yeah, it happens with me as well. And it's up to my mood. When I feel a lot of energy on myself, I can enjoy and I can capture good videos.
Yeah.
When I feel low energy in myself, I feel like it's just like work. I have to do this work and to shoot and go to home to relax.
Right.
It happens like based on my moods.
Boots. And so this is also a task, and it's a job,
It's
and it's
task,
a
it's
difficult
hard
job,
work.
because people literally think that just take a camera, go, and you're just capturing it. There's an entire science, and then coming back, editing it, then posting it, taking out the interesting parts, and then making an entire, I would say, the sequencing It's
Yeah.
also how you're going to narrate the story.
Yeah.
Everybody's perspective. Even if I'm looking at a mountain, I'm going to think about something else. Your perspective is going to be different. So out of you two, you and your husband, who's the creative one? Who is the one who does all these, I would say, tension worthy tasks?
My husband is more creative. As I said, I'm logical person.
Okay.
I only do when it's there is some special solvent risk calculation.
Right.
Yeah, and I believe like creation is more hardworking than to do things that is already in your schedule. Like people who do office work, it's easy compared to creating something new.
Yeah, because there's a status quo. At least you
Yeah.
know what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to get done where and how. So there's a schedule that you
Yeah.
can follow. But here, you just need to have an open mind.
Yes.
You know, you need to open your horizon to understand, to explore, and then eventually capture it. And I would also like to know that because of course it requires a lot of cost. So did you get any assistance on any government level in any of the countries that you've traveled that, let's just collaborate and work together and we would sponsor this, but at least show the positive or the nice side of our country?
Yeah. First, when we start to travel and start to do improve our vloggings, it was very hard for us because based in our financial status and all of the cost, it was very, very difficult for us to manage everything. And we had been arguing with my husband many times about our financial status because I didn't believe in blogging for the long time. I believe like after coming to Pakistan, I am trying to start to believe in vlogging.
Okay.
Because when you believe, everything comes. When you are against of the thing that you are doing, nothing will come. Even money will don't come. You don't become rich or like you will not get a lot of possession from that. So yeah, cost for traveling sometimes looks expensive. It's based on your experience. How many years you travel, so it gives you more like education to how to travel. So we haven't been sponsored all of our trip.
Okay.
So, but finally here in Pakistan, we've been sponsored only to travel to North Pakistan.
Right.
It was the first one. But after we were sponsored to our JLOM trip. So one of our friends' friend, he is also doing business. His name is Asad Bhai.
Okay.
So he helped us to show us around. He booked for us hotel and he introduced to his family. So I guess it was also in his like beneficial side because he was showing his hometown. Mainly our viewers, they love to show their hometown to us so we can show it to the world.
To the world, exactly.
Yes.
This is what they need because the world needs to see that this is also Pakistan and this is the beauty of Pakistan.
Different
and,
parts of Pakistan.
Exactly.
Different province.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Recently, we met with the tourism minister of Pakistan.
Okay.
So it was really great meeting to him. We talked about that we want to explore Karachi. So, and also it might be costly for us. And he suggested that he can also sponsor our trip to Karachi. Inshallah,
Right.
I believe so.
Yes.
And
We
will
look
be...
forward to a vlog from Karachi because Karachi has a completely different vibe. That entire Pakistan's vibes on one side and
Yes.
Karachi has a different vibe. So
Yeah.
it would be fun how you guys can, explore and then show it to
Yeah.
the world. Balnur, let's just talk about another important aspect. But before that, I would like to know about your venture. So you also a teacher. There's this... You teach about traveling, the traveling hacks. Is it an institute or is it just on the online platform and, people can get access to you and what is it like?
Yeah, before traveling, I was teaching chemistry and I was teaching English language. I can tell you one funny story. My sister, elder sister, she has her own private school in Almaty in Kazakhstan.
Okay.
And she knows that I'm handy person. I can do everything. So I can teach chemistry, chemistry, mathematics, painting classes, handmade and everything. So, and she hired me to work at his school and I was teaching 7 subjects. Different 7 subjects, and people from Kazakhstan, when parents come of their children, they ask, who is the teacher of chemistry? My sister says, teacher Balnur. And they ask, okay, I want to, my children want to go to mathematics. Who is the teacher of mathematics? My sister again says, Balnur. So, and who is the teacher of painting? Balnur. So many parents, they were shocked about me. So how you can deal with everything? Yeah. So I believe I have good ability in learning things and in teaching things. But currently, we don't have time to teach, especially I don't have, because we are doing a lot of hard working. We almost every day shoot new content. We take time to editing. Editing takes a lot of time compared to just shooting vlogs.
True.
So yeah, I used to have school online teaching platform, not platform, I mean just I was teaching by Zoom and some online things. English language, mathematics and chemistry more often. But while traveling, we decided to stop this part of my working because it's inconvenient because time changes, like time zone is different in different countries, Kazakhstan, Pakistan. So yeah, it's not...
That becomes a hurdle.
Yeah.
Then, right. Let's talk about another important aspect, that is traveling just opens your horizon. It teaches you new things. I would say even books can't teach you as much as this live experience of traveling does. So what would you say, how has traveling changed your perspective or, your mind? How has it contributed towards your growth, I would say, or what have you learned?
Yeah. Well, before traveling, I was introvert.
I cannot believe that. Come on.
Yeah, I was introvert. I didn't like to talk to people too much. Like currently, thanks to traveling, I guess I used to speak. I used to share my emotions, my feelings, everything thanks to vlog, because I know that my viewers want to hear me.
Yeah.
But when I was doing my bachelor's and master's, I had some friends, but I wasn't so much active. When I was looking to some of my group mates, when I see that they're active, that they have a lot of friends, and I was just looking at them, I thought I cannot be like this. I thought that I cannot be like them because I'm a very embarrassed person. I'm shy. I can do dancing. I can do teaching someone, but I cannot be such active like they are. But as I met Russian man who is very different, and I broke all the stereotypes of Kazakh people, and I become vlogger. Like people think that vloggers are just people who don't work. It's just they think that it's very easy.
It's an
work.
easy way of making
easy
a
way
lot
of
of
making
money.
Yeah, they think like that. People ask when we travel, they ask, how do you travel? Maybe you have sugar daddy or sugar mommy. It's very funny thing. A lot of people write like that.
So you're
Haters.
just wasting your parents' money by going here and there and just capturing it and
They think
putting
you
it
are
on social
husband.
media platforms. Yeah.
Yeah, they think like you are father or husband. They are very rich, so you are traveling like that. But in real life, you said that people only see your beautiful sides, but
Yes.
we don't show what is happening in the hard
Yes.
things.
There's
So
an entire story
Entire
of
struggle.
challenges, struggle, and then the final outcome is out there for people. And they only judge you for that final outcome. And they also judge you because of that. That, oh my God, it looks perfect. They're just getting the views, getting the engagement, so probably getting the monetization element from social media platforms, also getting to travel, must be sponsored or, they must be sponsored by the government or by anybody. So they're just having fun.
Yeah, they think like that we're having fun. But sometimes I feel really exhausted, like burnt out. I say to my husband, I'm so much burnt out. Give me time to relax. I don't want, because when I work, I share a lot of emotions. I put myself full of myself when I work to vlogging or editing, and it takes a lot of energy. As I said, I was introvert. And to become, sometimes I'm introvert, sometimes extrovert right now. Today I'm extrovert. Now I'm talking to you. Maybe tomorrow I want to stay at home and I don't want to talk to anyone. It
So
happens.
you're an ambivert, I would say.
Depends
on
ambivert.
situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ambivert, yeah. I'm like that.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about other interesting cultures that you've seen, because I also saw a few of your posts that you've been to India.
Yes.
And India, I would say, has a very diverse culture. They celebrate different traditions. There's always some celebration going on one day or the other. How was that experience?
India, we know a lot of India because my parents, since their childhood, young age, they have been watching Indian movies. India was already known culture for me. But the thing that was unknown for me is Indonesian culture, Balinese culture.
Okay.
So when we were in Bali living last year, we lived there 4 months and we witnessed their local New Year, Balinese New Year.
Okay. How do they celebrate that?
Ogo is the festival
Okay.
of Indonesian New Year. It becomes before the New Year. Okay, I can explain how it happens.
How? Yeah.
So so you can guess why ogo ogo. It's like monsters. They make huge handmade monsters by paper, by some plastics, really scary monsters.
Okay.
And they walk by the square. A lot of people, like men, they carry in the bamboo like a screen, hold that huge monster, and all 2 hours they walk around that square.
Okay.
It weighs very much, very heavy, maybe about I don't know, 900 kilograms. It's very heavy.
Oh.
It's just the small one I'm talking.
Okay.
So this was kind of scary New Year, but it is their culture. So why they celebrate like Ogo Ogo festival? They think that Balinese people believe in down gods and sky gods. So that monsters are gods of down, like under the earth. So after that festival, they used to burn like on fire all of that monsters.
Okay.
It means like if there were some monsters, while they are burning, they disappear from their land. So
Okay.
after this festival, next day they celebrate Silence Day. All 24 hours, all the Balinese Bali island is in silence. No airport is working, nothing. Everything is closed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So local people and tourists, they have to buy all the things that they want to eat, like products, some grocery shops they have to do before the Ogo Ogo party.
Okay.
Festival. So these 2 days is very unique. I never seen such kind of like thing in my life. It's because their religion is they're also Hindu, but another branch of Hindu, not like Indian Hindu.
And they're different subordinates.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And another New Year we celebrated in Thailand. They call it Songkran New Year. In their New Year, they splash water.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very funny. So they celebrate 5 days. It changes by time. Every year, different time. Usually, it's April year. So everyone goes out, they take their splash gun, their water gun, and start to splash to everyone.
Okay. And nobody gets offended because it's a celebration.
Tourists get offended because some people travel there, they don't know about this festival.
Yeah.
We witnessed some Russian women, they were like saying bad words, what they are like splashing to me. We came to Thailand to relax, they are splashing to us cold water.
Yes.
So in that time we broke our very expensive camera because of everyone were splashing water. We were trying to hide our camera, so it got damaged.
And then what was the reaction?
We just said, okay, what we can do. We were very sad.
Right.
It's still broken. We still didn't fix. Inshallah, next. Before that, before our camera, we broke our drone in Bali.
Okay.
Because
So do you have a tradition of breaking one gadget in
I
every country?
I guess so. So we also broke our action camera in Turkey, in Istanbul. So I guess it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
But does it bring you good luck? Could be a good luck charm.
Yeah, could be.
Could
Yeah.
be.
It happens.
All right. So, so we can say traveling also teaches you patience and tolerance.
Yes.
You couldn't react. It just broke. You had no other choice. And it's okay. And then even the Russians who were there who got offended by the
by
event,
splashing water.
by
Yeah.
splashing water. But then again, this is how it is. You have to be patient. Balnur, if you could revisit any country that you've already traveled and then you would like to create the content again, which country would it be?
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
But you're still here now, so that's.
I'm here. I want to come back again to
You want to
Pakistan.
come back before you leave. You want to come back again.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
why do you find any similarity between the Pakistani culture, especially because you've been to the north? Is
Yeah.
it somehow similar to
Kazakhstan, yeah. Pakistan, I want to explore a lot about Pakistan. I guess there are many hidden parts of Pakistan that many travelers didn't explore. Many YouTubers didn't explore. In my plan, I want to do exploration between languages of Urdu and Kazakh. Because Urdu language was based by Turkic people, by Mughal people. So before it was called Orda. Orda means like settlement. So, and after that, local people, you change the name to Urdu. So, as I know, Urdu language is a creation of different language groups like Turkic language, Persian,
Sanskrit.
Arabic language, Hindi language, and many languages, Indian language in this language. So as also one of the part is Turkic language, and my language is also Turkic language, and we have some Arabian, Persian words. I found many common words. And apart from that, I found also in the northern part many common culture based in the outfit
Attire,
of people. Maybe in Hazara girls, like Balochistan people, Quetta people, they might look like me, because they said that their ancestors are from Mughal, like Genghis Khan. So as my ancestors also from Genghis Khan part.
Traveled through the same path.
Yeah, so I found it very common. So I right now want to make the video vlogging or interviewing of the similarity of two languages, Kazakh and Urdu. Yes.
Right. Balnur, some tips I would like to ask you before, how do you plan the entire itinerary making or the actual packing? Because, there's also a science behind that, where you're going to keep the luggage size. It shouldn't exceed the limit. And then, every country has a different protocol, the airport protocols and everything. So some tips for the travelers, what would they be? Some basic tips if you could give to the travelers.
Well,
how do you pack? Do you pack big suitcases when you're traveling, or what is it like?
So, yeah, we are YouTubers. We are not just travelers, we are also YouTubers. We pack big luggage because of our items, gadgets.
Okay.
We have 2 cameras, we have 2 laptops to edit, we have tripod, we have
batteries,
gimbal, everything, battery, These things takes huge luggage. But I think so that just traveling people, they don't need such huge thing to travel. I believe they should travel and buy things from that country where they are traveling, not taking all different outfits, looks from their country.
The entire day,
Yeah, it's better to take the clothes from their country. So I was talking to my mom. We want to invite them to the Philippines very soon. We will go to the Philippines, that they don't need to take anything. Just come, take some medicines, local medicine that they used to take. And sunglass, sunproof, sunblock cream, and because it's Asian countries. So what else? Document, for sure, passport, visa. The most important thing is like this: two change clothes. That's enough. Not many things need to travel. Usually, it's better to travel with just a backpack. It's the best way, because when you travel with huge luggage, you pay extra money. All of the airlines, when they put their price like for person, and if you add your luggage, it costs the same price like the person price. So no need to take luggage.
Go and explore the local markets of that area and buy from them, and just enjoy those looks for those specific days till the time you're there in their country.
Yeah, there is two difference, like travelers and tourists. Tourists, they go by the plan, because maybe they buy some tour operator price, so they have already what to do, schedule. But for travelers, they don't need to plan everything so like 100%. Because like when we were planning our trip to Pakistan, it happens maybe just like 20% like in our plan. Usually it changes all the time.
So it should be an evolving process. Once you get there and then you realize what the situation's like and different things, different contributing factors, and then so you're saying you should go with the flow.
With the flow, we are doing with the flow, because opportunity changes.
There are some people who get cold feet when it comes to traveling, so they want to make sure that everything's done to the best and everyday items are packed and sorted, and then they. So I think you're right. Then you lose out on the fun part. Then you shouldn't be too fixated on such.
Don't expect too much things. Expectation and reality is different.
Right, Balnur. We are heading towards the conclusion, but before that, I would like to ask. Of course, it's different for men. It's okay; they're traveling. But for females, there's always an extra effort, because a lot of things are dependent on our, I would say, our moods, our hormones, our monthly cycles, and then you have to take care of yourself in everything when you are in uncomfortable or new situations. So how do you manage that? Does it ever take a toll? Do you get upset at times? And if you do, how do you, buck up again?
Well, you are right. When you travel with your partner, boyfriend or husband, I believe every woman should share their feelings. They should say to their husband, like, I don't feel okay here. You have to find another one. But some girls, some women, they keep calming, and it calms, and they become sick very fast or ill very fast. So as we are traveling, I really take care of myself and of my husband, because men, they don't care. They can even sleep here for the night. So my husband, he says, "Oh, I doesn't that's Marriam." But when he looks at me and I feel angry that I don't like the place we are staying, or I don't feel okay with the people we are surrounded.
Yeah,
he
females have this instinct. They can sense when they're uncomfortable because of the presence of certain men around them, or whatever the situation is. We have that instinct. So you communicate that to your partner?
I directly say to him. I say to him in Russian so that anyone understands. So that's
okay,
right.
so there's this secret language, code language going on where you're communicating messages.
If there is Russian people, I speak Kazakh language. So I always
so
find the clue.
Strategically correct, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. And in the end, just the tips for people who are watching. And, normally when people are living in a smaller area, I would say, they don't dream big. They think that this is the world, this is it for us. But I would like you to tell them that it's okay to dream big. It's okay to go out of fixations. It's okay to go out and explore the world and wait for more opportunities to come to you till the time you find that, yes, this is my thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. When people think about its big dream, first they get scary. They think it's big dream, it's not possible, it's scary, it's frightening. But I believe every fear, every scary thing keeps you growing. They have to understand themselves that while they're doing the fear things that they fear scary, it helps them to grow up. So people...
Growth always happens when you get out of your comfort zone.
You're right. So if people think that they have big dream and they think that it's not possible, is those people who are low confident people. So that people need empowerment. So I would say to everyone, if you want to grow up, I believe everyone wants to grow up in their mindset, in their horizon, environment. Just don't have any fear. If you have fear, try to overcome your fear. It's not difficult. It's only work on yourself, based on yourself. The most difficult enemy in your life is only yourself. Only
your mind.
No one can do damage to you. Just you have to work on yourself. So
and then you can conquer the world.
Everyone can conquer.
Then there's no stopping.
No stop.
Right. Balnur, it was a pleasure having you over. It was an interesting experience because we got to know your perspective, and of course, it's more interesting because you have traveled the world. You have that experience. So if people who have an experience, they come and they share the story, it makes it more authentic. It makes it more credible. And I'm sure this is also an inspiration for a lot of viewers who are watching that. We can do it. If she can, being a scientist, a chemist, she can do that. She can change her domain. Even we can try that.
Yeah, everyone.
And then again, the inspiration that the marriage story that you shared, you're from different religions, but you made it work. So,
it's only up to you.
If you want to make anything work, you can.
Yes.
You can. Right.
Everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for invitation.
This is it from this episode. Inshallah, we'll see you next week with another guest. Till then, take really good care of yourself. और जो आज के एपिसोड से कुछ लर्निंग आउटकम्स आपको मिले हैं उन पे ज़रूर अमल दरामद कीजिएगा ताकि आपका होराइज़न खुले, आपकी ज़िंदगी आसान होगी, आप अपना कोई मार्ग बना सकेंगे. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.